Hey guys, welcome to the 2014 GamerZakh New Year's vlog, and today is the 11th of January, so Happy New Year. I know New Year's celebrations are all over and everyone's back to work and or school, but you know me, I never follow really a schedule. I just try my best, don't I? So in this video, I'm gonna go over a recap of 2013, a bunch of your questions which you've submitted to me in my request video, and also future plans for the rest of the year, just so you guys know what's going on. And if in case you didn't ask a question in the previous video, you can ask a question down below and I will answer it for you. I will try and go through every question possible, which shouldn't be a problem. I'm not that famous, but I'd love interacting with you guys. You guys are so nice. You guys are one of the best fan bases ever. You guys, yeah, it's just amazing. I love having you guys around. It's been a great year. Now, in case you see me look down this way, this is where my computer screen is, in case you can't tell from the white glowing light. But this is where I'm gonna refer to my notes so I get everything accurate. I don't want to get statistics wrong. So let's recap 2013 first of all. So I got a little notepad document over here, and in 2013 I got 877,466 total views. Now that is amazing. Now I know that's not a million views in a year, but I'm almost that close. So if this year, in 2014, I can cross a million views in a year, it's gonna be an achievement for me. Now I've also got 6,100,292 minutes watched, 10,696 likes, 263 dislikes. To be fair, about 60 of those dislikes are from my SimCity voting video. 5,743 comments, that's you guys, and 4,354 new subscribers, which is basically double of what I got from 2012. So in 2012 I got about 2,000 subscribers. This year I got about 4,000 subscribers. So this next year I want to go even more, and hopefully I will get to maybe 15 or 20,000 subs total, because that would be absolutely amazing. Just so you guys know, I can't go full-time into YouTube until I hit between 30 and 40,000 subscribers. Just so you guys know. Now, in terms of demographics, primarily you guys are from the US, hello, mainly California I think, the UK, Germany, Canada and Poland. Those are the top 5 countries, but I know in the top 15, most of them are European nations, so welcome Europe in general. It's great having you guys around, and it's just great having such a diverse audience. It's not like everyone's from one country or everyone's from just specific places. It's just such a diverse audience, and you guys talk in the comments and you can see you're from different backgrounds, different ideas. It's amazing. I love it. Thanks. And in terms of gender, it says 88% male and 12% female. Now, let's face it, a lot of girls on the internet are fake, so I'm actually gonna assume there's actually like about 8% female. So welcome ladies to the channel, and thanks for hanging around. Now let's move on to your questions. I have your questions here, and I'll put a little note or cutout up here to show you the what your questions are. So the first question came from let's see, I'm sorry, it's a Chinese name which I can't quite read, but you can see it on the screen. It asks, is it possible for you to co-op with some YouTubers and maybe do a series of multiplayer gaming commentaries? Now, when it comes to co-op, it's actually a little tricky. Now, I get co-op requests all the time. Basically, if you ever cross 500 subs, you're gonna get a lot of co-op requests. Now, co-ops are great. I love doing them, but a lot of work and planning goes into them, especially considering time zone differences. We have to wake up at the same time, schedule it properly, and it's just a lot of work in editing and getting it all together. It produces some great content, as you've seen before with me and Igor vids. But the problem is that so many times when you co-op with someone, they're just trying to boost their channel, which I don't blame them. Everyone wants to boost their channel. They want to boost their channel, but unfortunately they don't stick to it. So I end up co-oping with people who then no longer continue their channel. So it's just a lot of work, and it eventually becomes nothing because they don't stick to their channel. They either leave or stop, or their lives go on. Like Igor vids is a great guy. Igor vids is an amazing guy. Serious. I still chat with him actually, but he's gone into university and he's got a job and he's very busy. So honestly, he probably should focus on his life for now, though someday he might come back and I would love to co-op with him again. Now, next question. Mr. INTP, is it? Or LNTP? It's Mr. INTP, I think, based on, what is it, the Myers-Briggs personality test, is it? INTP? Is that what you are? Anyway, he asked, can you do an American accent? Now, I really can't do much of accents, and I'm not even sure if this is an American accent at all. So accents are not really a proficiency of mine, but I do know that in the UK and UK-based countries, they say rubbish bin, and in America, they say trash can. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. That is a horrible accent. Accents is something I cannot do. I have very bad vocal control, really, when it comes to singing. Oh, sorry, I just knocked the mic. In terms of singing and accents, I cannot do it. I only have vocal controls in the way I talk. So this is what I sound like, even though I know I get a lot of comments saying I have a really fake accent. But never mind. Next question, Santo Ryu 3. Is it possible in the near future that you'll do co-commentator or co-op commentary or any LP requests? Just wondering. Again, the co-op, I've covered it. LP requests, it depends. If there's enough of a demand of something, I will do it. But generally, I prefer to play what I like to play because, as you guys know, you've been requesting Pharaoh since forever and Morrowind since forever, but I really have to follow my own schedule because if I rush it, the content's going to be crap, and I prefer getting all the content well made rather than rushing out a lot of content, and that's a formula I've followed since forever, and it's worked for me, so I'm going to stick to that. Now, Psychotism. Hi Zach, I have 2 questions. What do you think of the less expensive and most of the times more entertaining indie games like Bastion, Limbo, Last Survivor, etc. that for many people, including me, are better than most $60 games? And number 2, what are your thoughts on the MMO market? I think all MMO games failure compared to the giant WoW. Elder Scrolls MMOs. I know it's a strong brand, Elder Scrolls, but still, thanks in advance. Okay. So first question is about indie games being better than $60 AAA releases. Well, this is a consistent theme throughout your life. Just because it costs a lot of money doesn't mean it's good. You could spend millions of dollars on a car and it'll still be crap. You can spend $20,000 on a computer, it'll still be crap. It's not about the cost of things or the development time. It's about the talent behind it. It's about the attention to detail and all of that. And just generally, indie gamers tend to be a lot more passionate because it is their project. It's like I'm doing my own YouTube channel, so of course I'm a lot more passionate about it. If my YouTube channel was owned by someone else and I got paid, let's say, $50 a video, even though I would make more money, I wouldn't really love it because I'd have to produce their content. So that's a passion thing. I mean, not saying that AAA games are always bad. A lot of them are good because they have such production value behind them. It's like looking at a AAA movie, or blockbuster movie. It's really, really quite a spectacle. But it doesn't always have to be your favorite. So, for example, my favorite games often are either really old games, which honestly have really bad mechanics. For example, Morrowind, the combat mechanic is ridiculous, but I still love the game. So what happens when you love a game, it really depends on your background, how much nostalgia you're feeling, what really appeals to you. So I suppose it's like wine, expensive wine, cheap wine. People can't have their own preferences. They can have their own preferences, and they do, and that's really up to you. So don't look at the cost, look at what you want to play. In terms of the MMO market, how none can exceed WoW. Well, it's because WoW was really the first. I mean, not the first. I mean, there were bigger, there were big MMOs before that, but WoW really knew how to capitalize on the MMO market. And generally, all MMOs after that have to compete, and they're benchmarked against WoW. And generally, WoW is starting to decline because it is getting a bit old, and Blizzard has moved on to other things like StarCraft and Hearthstone. They want to branch out a bit more, which is great. Seeing them go into Hearthstone, which is not quite completely new because it's still based in the Blizzard universe and the WoW universe, but it is a new kind of game they've never done before. It's exciting to see that, and I like seeing them move on. MMOs besides WoW, it's not that the new MMOs are worse, it's that the market is more saturated. Like there's Elder Scrolls, there's Rift, there's Guild Wars 2, there's so many more MMOs now going around, and even like smaller things like Salem and stuff. So people don't have a lot of time, and generally you can only commit to one MMO. So until the population of gamers really increases substantially, no single MMO is gonna outperform WoW, because when WoW was WoW, it was WoW. It was pretty much if you said MMO, you thought WoW, you know. But now when you say MMO, it's a genre. There's lots of different games. So that's why it's not to say that future MMOs won't be successful. It's that the standards that they should be compared to today should be different from what WoW is compared to. So it really isn't a competition. It's a different environment in general. That's my opinion on MMOs. Now, SH4GG4, which I'm guessing is Shaga. How is life, Zach? Do you drink tea? Yes, I do drink tea. Just standard English breakfast, really. Or yerba mate, is it? Yerba mate? There's no accent. Is yerba mate or yerba mate? I'm not sure what that is. I think it's a kind of drink, but I haven't had that. You're a teacher, right? Yes. What do you teach exactly? I teach technology, design technology or ICT, however you want to phrase it, to high school students generally. Hope that answers your question. Sajuk's Let's Plays. Hey, hope 2014 will be good for you. Few questions. When do you plan on returning to Pharaoh? This year, I will. I'll find some time to finish. Over the next 12 months, I will finish Pharaoh. Somehow, okay? Let's see. Hopefully, you'll be returning to Skyrim main quest soon. I've already done that. I think there's an episode going up tomorrow. When do you think your life will be less busy? Never, sorry. My life is never going to be less busy. I have so much to accomplish. YouTube is quite an important part. It is something I'm really trying to focus on, but I have a lot going on the outside world, and it's never going to change. There's always going to be more to do, because I'm the kind of person where if I have nothing to do, I find stuff to do. Even when I have things to do, I find new things to do. I mean, I just started, I promised myself this year I'm going to be reading a lot more, and I just finished 1984, which I've been wanting to read for a while. You know, George Orwell. I just finished that, and I got like another 10 books over on that bookshelf, which I'm planning to read this year at least. So even when I have a lot to do, I find more stuff to do. So I'm never going to be less busy. It's just not something I do. Thanks from Scotland. Thank you. Now, Greg the Friend. Hey Zach, haven't really got a question. Would just love to give you a big thanks from Australia. Thank you for your Caesar 3 vids. They have really helped me and my girlfriend out when we get stuck. All the best for the new year. All the best to you as well, Greg, and your girlfriend. Hope you guys have a wonderful 2014. Gao Asurus G. What new games are you looking forward to playing in 2014? They can be old games that you have but plan on playing this year. It's something you picked up holiday Steam sale. I didn't buy anything from the holiday Steam sale. I've got a lot to play, but I do have a lot of games on the list, which I will get to at the end of the questions. I'm actually going to go through all the games I'm looking forward to in 2014. Now, the XB Gamers. Hi there, Captain Shaq. What originally brought you into YouTube? What's your favorite game of all time? What brought me into YouTube was, I think I answered this before at some point, but in case you don't know, what brought me to YouTube was that I was a watcher of YouTube for quite heavily for 2 years. I started watching Husky when he had 5,000 subscribers, which means me having 6,000 subscribers is just makes me feel like, hey, I'm doing something right. But I started watching Husky when he had 5,000 subscribers at about the time of the StarCraft 2 beta. And I watched for about 2 years, and this was when I was doing my diploma/degree in multimedia design. And after 2 years, I realized for the past 2 years, I hadn't really played a game. Like, I dabbled here and there, but I didn't really play a game. I didn't finish anything, and I was like, I need an excuse. I'm just spending all my time on work and homework and other things in my life. So I said, I need an excuse. So I said, if I make a YouTube channel about gaming, then me playing games can be considered work. Then I can work and play games. So I decided, okay, let's start it from dust. There you go. And then I looked at it and I was like, that's not good enough. And then I waited another term of my diploma to finish. And then I came back in, started Caesar 3, did daily uploads at the start of Caesar 3 because the missions were easy. And the rest is history. That's pretty much it. That's what brought me to YouTube. I wanted to play games, but I needed an excuse. Now, dreamers have more fun. When will you be returning to Pharaoh this year? Really love the way you set up your sissies. Thanks so much for Skyrim playthrough. You're welcome. Henrik N. Will you play Fallout 4 or the earlier Fallout games in 2014? It is many... I guess there are many good mods to the game as well. Fallout... I have played Fallout 2. I played Fallout 2, I played Fallout Tactics, and I played Fallout 3. I've played them before, but not on this channel, obviously. And I'm not sure if I would return to it at this point. Fallout 4 seems exciting, but there's no concrete game yet, so I'm gonna put my hands off on that until I know more about it, because I really would like to spend my time playing games I enjoy. Why would you play games you don't enjoy? And I might do it, but I wouldn't guarantee it. Maybe if there's enough demand for Fallout, I'll do it. Maybe if Fallout 4 has a release date coming up, I'll do some Fallout 2, maybe Fallout Tactics, maybe. But generally, don't hold your breath, really. There's a lot of other games people are asking for. Ilias Emmanuel, when will you finish Pharaoh series? Hopefully this year. John NPK, will you ever return to Salem? Now, Salem was kind of a claim to fame of mine, because it really did bring me from like 200 subs to about 800 subs. And, you know, quite a lot of people came to the channel for Salem, but it's just such a time-consuming game that I had to stop and move on. And then when I started doing Morrowind, that started picking up, and I realized, hey, I could actually be a variety channel and you know, do other things, and people won't all leave. So returning to Salem, it's something I would like to do, but Salem, the last I looked at it, which must have been about a year ago, was still very unfinished and still very time-consuming. Though I hear there's a big update coming, so I might give it a couple more months, and I might at least have a look at it and do maybe a short Let's Play. But I want to make it a really high-quality Let's Play, like not just me playing the game. I want to put like music and sound effects and really produce it and cut it properly, maybe like a storytelling thing, I'm not sure. But I don't want to just do raw Let's Play like that on Salem. It's very boring. I have 4 episodes of a Salem Let's Play, which is about as much to get you started in the game, but then after that it's just hours and hours and hours of grinding. So it's not really a fun game, and I don't have enough friends to play Salem with me. Actually, I don't have a single friend who would play Salem with me, so there's no help to really get things going. So I wouldn't hold my breath, but I will at least make at least one video looking back into Salem, like a recap, and to see what's new, just to have a look personally. Now, Shailendra Sahe, Happy New Year. My question: will you play Pharaoh? Yes, this year. I don't want to pressure you, but try, please. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Sandesh Gurung, is it alright if you could play BioShock, the first one? Now, honestly, I don't do very well with anything remotely scary, and BioShock does actually scare me a little bit. I'm not ashamed to say it, I'm a little scared of scary games, even though BioShock is not really a horror game. But generally, BioShock has never really drawn me that much. Like even BioShock Infinite, I know it's a great game, it looks fantastic. I've seen some playthroughs of it, not fully, but I've seen some playthroughs of it, like Day 9, and it looks like a great game, but it's just not really a game that fits what I'm looking for. It's just not a game that I could picture myself really enjoying to the fullest. And if I did play BioShock and make videos about it, I fear that my enthusiasm would eventually die down, and it just really wouldn't be a fun experience for me or for you. So I might stay away from BioShock for now unless something changes. Now, last question that I got on here, Dr. Palace. I found your Morrowind Overhaul 3.0 videos, and since then I'm subscribed to your channel. I purchased Morrowind Game of the Year edition on Steam and then finished with Overhaul 3.0. I also like your Skyrim videos a lot. Thank you. Now the question, did you ever play Fallout? Yes, I did. I mentioned it before. And Stalker games. Stalker I didn't play. Are you planning to record any gameplay in the future? I've mentioned this before. Surprising, 2 people asking about Fallout. Fallout, I have played, as I mentioned. May or may not do it this year, depending. Stalker, no, I have not played that, unfortunately. And generally, I'm not planning to do any Stalker videos for this year unless something comes up. And that's all the questions I got on my previous request video. If you have more questions, down below, lots of space for comments, and by the way, lots of space for likes as well. Now, I just want to go over the games I'm looking forward to in the future, generally 2014, though some of their release dates are a little shaky, so I would assume some of these are going to go into 2015, but in no particular order. Well, actually, at first, it's based on tentative release dates. So I was looking forward to the Banner Saga, which I now have 2 videos on my channel, and Banner Saga is actually releasing in a couple days on January 14th, and I want to play the single player campaign because I did not think I would like the game, but it is actually incredibly fun. Maybe because I like chess. People who like chess would like the Banner Saga, and the aesthetic, the graphics are amazing. I'm looking forward to Broken Age, which should be coming out in January. Divinity Original Sin, maybe I'll play it. February 28th, I think, is the release date. South Park The Stick of Truth, March 4th. I might play that. Titanfall looks amazing. I know they just recently mentioned that the player cap would be 12 players, but that's not really a concern of mine. That's coming out March 11th. Dark Souls 2, March 11th. I haven't played Dark Souls 1 yet, which I might do, maybe. If thing is, it's a really hard game, so if I want to play Dark Souls, I've got to be really good at it. And there's a lot of dying, so it's going to be really time consuming. Age of Wonders 3, March, tentative, but Age of Wonders 3 is my most anticipated game of 2014. Definitely waiting for it. The Elder Scrolls Online is April 4th. I may or may not play it. MMOs aren't really my thing. I know it did Guild Wars 2 before, but there's just so much competition for that. Tropico 5 is coming out in April. I'm not really a fan of the Tropico series, but I might play it. Apotheon, Quarter 1, I will be playing that. Apotheon looks great. Watch Dogs are coming out in Quarter 2. Maybe I'll play it. It is on the PC, so it's great, you know, unlike GTA, which is not on the PC yet. Maybe I might play GTA PC, maybe, when it comes out. Planetary Annihilation, the alpha is coming out in June, the beta in September, which might be something I will play. The Long Dark coming out in October. I think it's a survival game. I might play it. I might play it because it's not a survival horror, it's a survival game. And I don't really like survival horrors, but I do like survival because of an old game called Biosys, if any of you remember that. It's kind of like Myst, but it's interesting. Biosys, Biosys, if you want to look it up. There's not much on it, really. Dragon Age Inquisition is coming out in Quarter 3, and I have no history with Dragon Age, and I'm not sure if I will be interested in Dragon Age Inquisition. The Sims 4 is supposed to be coming out as well, and I am a big fan of The Sims, and I might play some of that. Dreamfall Chapters, The Longest Journey should be coming out in November, which seems like an interesting story, but I'm not too sure about the gameplay quite yet. Pillars of Eternity, Quarter 4, might play, it looks good. And The Division Quarter 4. Now this is Tom Clancy's The Division, and I like some of the Tom Clancy games before, and this one looks really good in terms of the physics and how you can shoot bullet holes through things, and it looks amazing, though I'm not sure if it's really gonna pull me in. The Witcher 3, now these have no release dates, these games coming up. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, I have no history with the Witcher games, but I really want to. And I might play Witcher 1 and 2 this year, but it's gonna take like 60 hours to finish both games, as in to a total 120 hours, and I'm not sure if I have enough time to put into that. And also, do you guys really want to see another Witcher Let's Play? I'm kind of late to the party. Let's see, GTA 5 PC is coming out. Project Spark, something I'd like to look at. Project Spark. Wolfenstein The New Order, maybe. I have, well, maybe. Lords of the Fallen, maybe. Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Numbers coming out. I haven't played Hotline Miami 1, but I might. Goddess should be coming out this year, and it's looking a little iffy at the time, but who knows what it'll look like on release. Game of Thrones, a Telltale game series, is gonna be amazing. I will play that, definitely. Game of Thrones. In case you haven't already noticed, a Christmas present from my girlfriend is right there. It's a Game of Thrones 2014 calendar, which is just amazing. You can see how stark right there. Now, so that Telltale game's coming out. Tales from the Borderlands, another Telltale game, should be coming out, which I might play. I haven't played Borderlands, but Telltales might be good. Star Citizen should be coming out, which I will maybe look at, though it's got a lot of attention, so that's a lot of competition. EverQuest Next is coming out. Again, I'm not really an MMO person, but maybe I'll look at it. And Transistor, which is from the developers of Bastion, which again I haven't played. I played Bastion, but I haven't recorded any for my channel. I might do some when Transistor is coming out, though again there's no release date on that, so I might play Bastion before Transistor comes out, just to give myself a little bit of a history. And two games I'm looking forward to, but again no release date, probably 2015, is No Man's Sky and Abduction. No Man's Sky is another procedurally generated space simulator thing, which might be a competitor to Star Citizen, and Abduction is from the creators of Myst, but it's a new IP, which is great, and I am definitely going to play Abduction, but that's probably a 2015 thing. Alright, and that's the games that I'm currently watching, and yeah, that's basically all I need to say in this vlog. I think it's been long enough already. If you have any further questions, ask down below. Any suggestions, down below. And thank you again so much for sticking around, hanging out with me, watching my content, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. It's amazing. It's the only thing that can keep me going, because I currently make minimal money from YouTube, just enough to cover my costs, really. And if you want me to go full-time into YouTube, you're gonna have to bring me to about 30,000 subscribers. And after that point, I will be able to scrape by on YouTube. But that seems to be quite a ways away. If I'm lucky, maybe by next year, but I would assume I would reach somewhere between 15 to 20,000, again, if I'm lucky, for this year. Alright, so that's basically the end of this New Year's vlog. I know it's a little bit late, but you know me, who does not follow schedules. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.